Failure. Failure happens often, sometimes, occasionally. And it happened this morning to my podcast upload that failed because my audio did not come through for whatever reason. But we're back. The Draft Rankings show is late, but it's here on a beautiful Sunday, Masters Sunday. And I have just a couple of things for you on this beautiful day. 5 specific players that are ridiculous values right now, viewed as values. They're going to be steals in the 2025 NFL draft. A couple of my favorites. We'll start out first and foremost. I got 5 players. Please click that like button. Please click subscribe if you're here on YouTube. If you're on podcast, of course, leave a 5-star review. We're continuing to do this thing every damn day, 65 days straight now. 5 obvious steals in the 2025 NFL draft. Number 5. We have to start out first and foremost with Jackson Woodard, the linebacker from UNLV. I've talked about Jackson Woodard on the show yesterday, talking about linebackers. Jackson Woodard is a guy right now. His ADP on mock draft database is 354, which means if you're doing the math at home, he's not being mocked by anybody. Maybe if he is, it's like one person. Anybody right now. Right now, 6'2", 230 pounds. He ran a 4.87, which is not great for a linebacker, but Jackson Woodard has the gas. He has the helium to make a roster, to make a run on a roster. He's a guy that played 3 years at Arkansas, 2 seasons at UNLV, played 56 career games, started 28 of them. He was a team captain this last year for UNLV. And if you just turn on that Boise State game, he's got a couple of missed tackles in there. Who doesn't against Boise State? But Jackson Woodard's a guy that's going to be on special teams. He's going to be a second-team linebacker in the NFL, and he's going to push to be a starter. He's got the mental makeup to do so. Number 4, a guy y'all know very well because I've talked about him on this show a handful of times, Carson Vincent, the offensive tackle from Alabama A&M. He's a bad man bulldog till the day he dies is what he told me. For a lot of people, he's kind of around that tackle 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, kind of in that range. 6'07", 314 pounds from Alabama A&M. Ran a 5.12. He's got 84 and 3/4 inch arm wingspan, which is third right now at the combine. If you go to the combine, look at the combine number. It's Holland Pierce, it's Cam Williams, and then it's Banks and Vincent at 84 and 3/4. This guy had the opportunity to transfer away from Alabama A&M, and he didn't do so. He's going to be 24 years old when the season approaches. 48 career games, started all 48. Second-team All-American this past year. First-team All-SWAC. SWAC Offensive Lineman of the Year. He goes down to the Senior Bowl. He competes against Kyle Kennard. He competes against Barron Sorrell, Princely Umanamillion. All these guys that came from the SEC, Braden Swinson. He competed against all of them down there in Mobile at the Senior Bowl. I absolutely love Carson Vincent. I think he's going to be a giant steal. His current ADP is 152. He should be a top 100 player, not just top 152. Remember, a couple of months ago, this guy was in the 200s, but we've revved him up over the course of the last couple of months. Number 3, we'll go nickelback, Elijah Huzzie. He's currently projected in the 7th round pick, 237 overall. Elijah Huzzie is very undersized. You think about nickelbacks. Generally, nickelbacks get suppressed in drafts. Usually, nickelbacks get pushed down to the 6th, 7th round unless they're elite. That's why you saw Jahdae Barron transition from Texas. He was a nickel/star last year in 2023 to an outside cornerback in 2024. He's also got better length, better size, ball skills than Huzzie does. But Huzzie right now, 5'9.5", 5'9", 3/4, 193 pounds, didn't run, shorter intangibles, arms and stuff like this, traits. Huzzie, though, mental makeup. He got hurt at Shrine Bowl practice. You never got to see him in the Shrine Bowl game. Elijah Huzzie's a stud. Him and Kobe Bryant from Kansas were 2 guys that talked immense trash and backed it up. There wasn't a lot of guys making a lot of catches at the Shrine Bowl, even though there were some studs like Ricky White and Nick Nash and Kunada Mumfield and even Juice Wells and all these different cats. They weren't having a lot of success against Elijah Huzzie at the Shrine Bowl practices, so I love Elijah Huzzie. Again, ADP's 237. This guy should be a top 150 selection. Number 2, Jake Majors, the center from Texas. You talk about dependable, you talk about Jake Majors. A lot of people are overlooking Jake Majors right now because of length, size, frame. This guy's 23 years old. He's got almost 60 career games played, 58, 57 starts. Honorable All Big 12 last year in 2023. I keep saying last year because 2024. It's 2023 last year. Did not run the 40. Wasn't going to be fast. But here's the thing. 6'03", 306, just under 10-inch hands, just under 31-inch arms. When you think of undersized and at the center position everyone, it's not a burial, right? What is Jason Kelsey? When you pull up Jason Kelsey right now, who's the greatest center of the last decade and one of the best offensive linemen of the last decade, he was sought as being undersized. He was 6'3, 295, 9.5 inch arms, 32.5 inch wing, or sorry, 32.5 inch arms, 9.5 inch hands. Those intangibles that I just read off, 30 and 3/4, 30 and 3/8 inch arms for Jake Majors, 9.7 inch hands, 10 pounds heavier for Majors. These undersized guys can work, especially when their mental makeup is supreme. And that's something Jake Majors brings to the table. He led that offensive line at Texas for the last 4 years. And number one has to be a quarterback. We've been wide receivers, tight ends, running backs on this list. It's Riley Leonard, the quarterback from Notre Dame, 18-5 over the last 2 seasons at Duke before he got the ankle injury, and then at Notre Dame this year, leading them to the national championship. 6'03.5, 216 pounds, did not run. Leonard's he's fast enough. We'll just put it that way. Riley Leonard's fast enough. He's a guy that's been ignored quite a bit through the process, but he's a guy that was recruited by David Cutcliffe, learned from Mike Elko. You listen to him talk; he's learned a lot from Mike Elko in his process. And then with Freeman at Notre Dame, went through a lot of ups and downs, including that early season loss to Northern Illinois, Orange Bowl offensive MVP, team captain at Notre Dame, team captain at Duke. This guy's got what it takes to be a late round. I don't want to say dart, but a guy that can build into, sit for a year or two and become a starter. And when I think of that, in that situation, I think of the Las Vegas Raiders. I think the Raiders using a 4th-round pick on this guy whose current ADP is 160. Use a 4th-round pick on Riley Leonard on the Las Vegas Raiders and put him behind Geno Smith. Doggummit, I guarantee you Tom Brady's going to be happy with that draft selection.